Gold has hit 3-month highs, but can it continue? Joining me today is Frank Holmes, CEO of U.S. Global Investors. Frank, welcome back.
It's great to be with you.
So I'm finally coming with some good news here on the gold front. The metal has closed above its 100-day moving average for the first time since April. Are you convinced here at what we're seeing, Frank?
Absolutely. Like I have said, in a blink of an eye, it'll reverse. It's still a big crowded short position. We're seeing Eastern European countries show up, Poland, we see Hungary buying just tons of gold. I think it's really significant on that transition that's taking place. And all the Indians, all the women that bought gold, now they're seeing it reward because the rupee is continuing to fall, and gold terms, it's getting more expensive, but they've been rewarded as a hedge. So that's not going away with the love trade or the fear trade.
Frank, you mentioned the central bank purchases. So do you really feel this rally we're seeing is driven by central banks buying versus investor demand?
Yes, I think it's really quite amazing, Daniela. It's shot, like I've said before, gold based on real interest rates of what the U.S. is paying on a 2-year government bond versus German bonds and Japanese. When you do that comparison, you would think the dollar would be much higher and gold would be at $700 an ounce. No, gold is resilient. And I think all this money printing continues in Europe. And I think the Eastern European countries, their fiscal policies are much more conservative, and they're buying the gold. This is big. This is real. Gold trades higher. And any peak in interest rates in the U.S., in another blink of an eye, gold's $1,300 to $1,500.
And here's a fun fact for you, Frank. Google searches for gold spiked when the equities markets dropped. What are you expecting on U.S. equities from U.S. equities here, Frank?
Well, it's a headwind. You've got two significant headwinds. The China trade war is not just the Trump versus China. It is the whole administration of Congress is supporting it. The New York Times, the Washington Post, those media outlets are supporting it. The Senate is supporting it. I think they underestimated that all of America is concerned about China. So I think that that's a real issue. And rising interest rates, that's another headwind for the stock market.
All right. Frank Holmes, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.